what's up? So we're driving in the darkness of the early morning here, and I thought it would be a good time to share with you the fact that one day you are just going to wake up, and if you've been wearing glasses for your entire life, like me, you're going to go to an eye appointment, and that's going to be a noteworthy event for you. Going to the eye doctor is going to be a noteworthy event for you, not because of how infrequently doctors' appointments happen, which is probably what you're used to if you are a person that is not legally an adult yet. And those memories should be your core memories for you, because those are the only time that life was easy or that life went relatively as it was planned to be for you. That being if your parents were fiscally responsible. So if your parents were fiscally responsible, you are going to wake up one day after the unfortunate event happens of you turning 18 years old, which you're going to find out is an unfortunate event. It's not a happy event like you were hoping it would be. See, if you're anything like me, you were hoping turning 18 years old would be a good thing. You were hoping turning 18 years old means you finally get to live your life on your own terms. But unfortunately, turning 18 years old nowadays in the United States just means that an unfortunate day has come and gone where you are officially deemed responsible for your own finances, and that is a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing because, for instance, things like what I titled this video about will happen to you. You will go to an eye appointment that you scheduled one day in your adult life, and not only will it not be like what you remembered during your core memory years, which are the years before you turn 18 years old, because your life becomes so repetitive and so on a downward slope. Your life becomes so repetitive and on a downward slope after you turn 18, and the years before you turn 18 are your core memory years, because from an anatomical standpoint, you remember things less that are mundane. You remember things less that are mundane. You remember things less that aren't fun. That's just how your brain works. And what's happening is one day you're going to go to an eye appointment, and instead of it being like you remembered, instead of it being a cool thing where you get to pick out new glasses and they see if your old glasses are correcting your vision properly or not, and you put on new glasses with your new prescription and you get an instant wow effect. You get an instant feeling of eye relief, of stuff like that. So you're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna pay, and if you don't have insurance like me, going to the eye doctor is still gonna be a noteworthy event, but it's going to be a noteworthy event for a different reason. It's going to be a noteworthy event because if you don't have insurance, that for a reduced cost from your employer that is being deducted out of your paycheck by payroll, you're going to have to pay an exorbitant amount of money to go to an eye doctor, because you're going to be paying for it without insurance. And then your lenses are going to cost an exorbitant amount of money because you're paying for them without insurance. And the cherry on top is going to be that they don't have a prescription for you that betters your vision anymore. That's going to be the cherry on top. And they're going to not try to explain what that means to you. They're going to not try to explain what that means to you. What that means to you is that you're on the countdown for eye surgery. That means you're on the countdown for the unfortunate day that comes where you need eye surgery to further correct your vision. Okay? That's what that means. And they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to explain that to you. They're just going to tell you that they don't have a prescription for you that betters your vision. That's what they're going to tell you. And they're going to tell you that like that's not something that is cause for alarm. Because obviously you came there seeking an adjustment to your prescription, meaning that you want to see better, and then they're going to tell you that they don't have a prescription that makes your eyes see better. Now, they'll tell you that your eyes are healthy and that you see okay, but obviously that's not true. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone there for new glasses, and that is in fact cause for alarm, because that means you're on the countdown for eye surgery to see better. So that's what you have to look forward to as an adult. On top of being alone, on top of being stuck in a routine, and on top of having to organize and finance everything, you have to deal with that. On top of being trapped in a routine where you're not meeting people that can help you survive, where you're not making trustworthy friends, where you're not making new bonds and connections with people, on top of being stuck in a routine where you haven't made new bonds and connections with people in decades, on top of being trapped in a routine where everyone is rude and disrespectful to you, on top of being trapped in a routine where everything can just abruptly end one day. You're contending with all of this, and now you're contending with things like going to the eye doctor, which used to be a fun core memory. It used to be something that was, made up to be an event, something that was made up to be a happy ritual, a happy part of life, So even though having glasses has always been an unfortunate thing, right? Even though having glasses has always been an unfortunate thing, it's always been something that's made you feel isolated. It's always been something that people make fun of you for having. It's always been something that people act like you're lesser for having to deal with. It's something that's been a shortcoming your entire life, having glasses. It's something that people ostracize you for. It's something that people isolate you for. It's something that people act like you're not good enough for having. On top of all of that, once you become an adult, you're just going to go to the eye doctor one day and they're just going to tell you that they can't do anything for you. And then they're still going to charge you money for it, except it's going to be a lot of money because you don't have insurance, because you've never had an employer that provides you with fucking the option of health insurance. You've never been there long enough to have it deducted out of your paycheck long enough to even use it.